Do you like sports anime? What do you, cringe? I don't watch sports anime. But a anime I did recently finish was Ping Pong the Animation. Now that shit slaps. So I'm gonna be talking about spoilers of Ping Pong the Animation. So if you haven't watched it, I recommend watching it before watching this video because it is a great anime. Like, you don't even have to be interested in ping pong whatsoever, because I'm not interested in ping pong. Seriously, you do not need to know anything about ping pong. You don't have to care about it at all to just love Ping Pong the Animation. It is so good. It's just a great story that has ping pong in it. I don't know what to tell you. So I thought the first episode for Ping Pong was really good. It had a really good hook. It started off, at a good pace, nice and slow, and then it breaks down the barriers of like, whoa, these characters thought like, oh, we're the best. The characters Hoshino and Smile were the best people in their small community, and then at the end of the episode, they meet a person who is on a national team in China, and he's like so unbelievably good compared to them and just knocks them on their ass. And it shows the characters so much more that they can learn and become so much better players. And for the most part, I really like the characters Hoshino and Smile. I think they go really well together. The happy, upbeat, always positive Hoshino trying to get people to laugh, and Smile just being the more reclusive type, not really talking much, and he's just doing his own thing, just going along with Hoshino. And then pretty fast, I love how fast this anime gets to the point. It's like not even halfway through the anime and we already get our first tournament. And then after that point, you start really seeing the personal struggles of all the characters, which is really great. Of course, Hoshino's and Smiles. And then you also get some great character growth from a lot of other characters like Kong, Kazuma, and Smiles' coach. And it's really great to see all of these characters really being fleshed out and hearing their stories of how their life is going and how their life was before. I didn't even talk about the animation and art style yet. I love the art style in Ping Pong the Animation. It reminds me of, what was the anime called? The art style and animation style reminded me a lot of Tatami Galaxy, which I really like Tatami Galaxy, so the art style is super unique. Any average enjoyer of animation is probably gonna look at Ping Pong the Animation and just go like, ugh, it looks so ugly. What? Ugh, I don't want to watch that. And but they're really just not real fans of like animation, because like the animation in Ping Pong the Animation is great and the art style is unique and it really stands out to everything else. And so after the first tournament, we see Smile is working extremely hard to becoming the best ping pong player he can be. And we see Hoshino, after his upsetting loss against Sakuma, his old friend, he gives up on ping pong and he's like super down and he's gaining weight, and he's like he's been to the beach so often, he's just like super tan and he looks so different, and it's like and then we get into the real heartfelt stuff when Kazuma started being super upfront about how he wanted Smile to be on his school's team and started like putting down the quality of players for his school. Sakuma started getting really worked up and confused as to why Kazuma wanted Smile on their team so badly. And then Sakuma goes to Smile's school to challenge him in a match, which he knows that if he loses, he's going to get kicked off the team for his school. But obviously him knowing that, he still wants to know so badly that why Kazuma wants Smile on his team. And then Sakuma loses, and then he quits ping pong because he knows that he's never going to be able to surpass Smile's raw talent for the sport. And we get that great moment where Sakuma and Hoshino find each other on that bridge and start going back and forth. And then Sakuma told Hoshino that Hoshino loves the sport more than anyone and he shouldn't quit, and he should continue going for his dream of being the best in the world. And Hoshino gets off his ass and goes to Tamura and asks her to train him. I also really like the story elements with Kong showing his anguish towards him having to leave his country, and he's never going to be able to return unless he becomes #1 in nationals. And then him turning that into a more positive thing to really teach his less experienced team to get better at ping pong. And I really like his story. And then we move on to the final tournament of the anime, where we really see how amazing Smile and Hoshino have become at the sport. And everyone's just going like, whoa, oh my god, who's this guy? He's like he beat Kong in the second round, and it's like, whoa. And this is where we see Smile's real greatness in the sport, is that he can get people to have fun playing the sport, even at a really competitive level when he's facing off against Kazuma. And he's obviously, he was getting destroyed in the beginning, and then eventually Hoshino realizes he should be doing what he always loved to do with ping pong, just having fun and doing some wild, wacky shit. And he beats Kazuma, which was an amazing moment. And so then it's on to Hoshino versus Smile. And I'd say this episode is obviously where Ping Pong the animation shines the greatest, because it is like an amazing episode where you really see these two childhood friends going head to head and really figuring out themselves. And everyone's going like, it doesn't matter who wins because they're already in the top 4, but Smile is still waiting for the hero, which is Hoshino. And we still get that repeated line we hear a lot, the blood tastes like iron, which I don't know how to depict in a very clear lens, so I'm not going to touch on that line. I don't really know what that line really means, so I'm not gonna touch on that. And then we see that great scene where a ball flies way over Smile's head, and that's when Smile really breaks his barrier down and stops acting like a robot while playing the game, and he lunges over the barrier and crashes into it and sends it back to Hoshino. And then we see that whole sequence where the music starts playing, and it's the little kid's song where they're singing about how they're alive and there's blood in their veins. And and Hoshino realizes he is a human being. He has blood in his veins and he's not a robot. And that was a great scene. And obviously we don't see the end of the match because it doesn't matter who won, but we do see who gets golden nationals in that picture, which is Hoshino, and Smile gets silver. And you also see Smile smiling in the picture, which is so heartwarming. I love that. It's like, oh my god, he literally never smiled this entire anime, and we see him smiling in this photograph when he gets silver in nationals, which is so great. And then time skip, we see what's going on with their adult lives now that they are, I don't know how many years have passed, but enough to where Sakuma is having 3 kids. Kong is doing really well. Smile's not playing ping pong anymore. Kazuma got kicked off the nationals team. Sakuma's just being a family man now. And then Hoshino, being the great player that he is the #1 player in Japan and is competing internationally, which is so cool. So yeah, this anime really is a seinen anime, more for adults, because deals with a lot more adult subjects. It's really great. I highly recommend it if you've not watched it before. So that's all I had to talk about Ping Pong the animation. I'm currently watching Vivi right now. I think I'm only like 2 episodes in, so we'll see how that goes. That's it for me. Subscribe and I'll see you later.